So the first part that we were able to streamline and optimize was our FinServe clients go-to-market strategy. And the first area we're going to look at today is automating inbound lead gen. Their prospects and clients are now able to book an appointment directly from their Salesforce community and website in about 30 seconds. And perhaps the most important part of this process is the ability to capture the prospect or client's information by leveraging a series of custom data fields, which are used to either create or match on the client's lead, contact, or person account in Salesforce. And this ensures a clean flow of data into their org and reduces admin maintenance. So once everything's filled out here, the client is able to move to the next step. And a very important step at that, which is meeting the client where they are, whether virtually, in person, or on the phone. For our purposes today, we're going to select an in-person meeting and choose a location that's nearest us, as SUMO will hone in on the locations nearest to the client and provide them in a handy list, just like you see here. So we'll choose this location here and move to the next step in the process. So what you'll see here are a variety of different appointment types offered to the prospects scheduling in this process. And it's important to ensure that the appointments are being routed to the right team with the correct skill set, aligning with the client's needs. Each appointment type shown aligns with the correct team members with the right skill set to handle the appointment. And for our purposes today, I'll choose an individuals and families wealth management consultation. Now, at this point, the client is able to choose a time that works best based on the real-time availability of the internal resources that have the capability set to handle that appointment. And I can simply click the day I need to schedule the appointment, the time, and then move to the next point in the process here. Now, given the nature of the business, or our FinServe organization's business, there's sometimes a need to invite significant others or business partners to the consultations. And SUMO is able to provide this by enabling the prospects to invite others and also put a note in for the participants so everyone can be ready for the meeting and hit the ground running. And in some cases, there's also a need to upload attachments in the process, and SUMO also enabled prospects to upload attachments or drop files and pull them directly into Salesforce. Very convenient stuff. So once all this is set, the client receives the confirmation, and within this, as this confirmation drops into place, a number of processes come together at once. The appointment confirmations deploy to the host and all invitees. Connected calendars are updated in real time. The client's Salesforce record is updated, and SUMO's multi-calendar now provides appointment visibility to the internal staff. Clients can reschedule or cancel in an automated fashion, eliminating the excessive time spent on handling this manually. And long story short, clients can now book an appointment with the right location and team at the right time in about 30 seconds at their peak point of interest. Calendars stay full and new prospects progress quickly through the sales process. So the next part of their go-to-market strategy that needed to be addressed was turbocharging their outbound marketing campaigns. And, our investment firm's marketing team had previously leveraged a solution which deployed campaign emails, which were essentially redirects to or redirecting prospects to a web lead form on their website. Now, with this in mind, SUMO was able to streamline this process using our SUMO's appointment link creator, which enables the creation of specific appointment links, enabling prospects to book appointments with their team using customized SUMO links as a call to action, as you see right here. Once clicked, the client is then taken to a single page SUMO scheduler that enables them to choose the right time to meet with our investment firm and the resource within, and going from there, choose to receive SMS reminder updates about their upcoming appointment, invite others as needed, and schedule immediately. And just a quick note here, all the branding, logos, colors, background, fonts can be adjusted as well to match your organization's branding. So this outbound marketing campaign process truly expedites engagement while continuing to fill calendars with new opportunities. So with their go-to-market strategy now set, it was important to address the internal sales process and streamline this to give more time back to their employees. So with that, we're going to move into Salesforce, in which SUMO is a native Salesforce application. And right now we are on the lead record for this gentleman, Ryan Russo. And basically, the first thing we wanted to address here was how SUMO was able to help our investment firm in expediting the process of booking a cross-department client meeting using resource pools, which we'll discuss in a moment. Now that all users are on the same platform, cross-department support for client meetings has really never been easier to achieve using real-time availability and the resource pools I mentioned. So from any standard or custom object in Salesforce, SUMO enables a number of scheduling capabilities, such as our email and invite capability, which we're going to be looking at now. Now, I'm going to play the role of Christian, our sales rep at our investment firm, and he will be booking a cross-department meeting with a client and an additional resource. And I'm going to show you just how easy this comes together. So first, Christian's able to choose a meeting type, which can be any predetermined meeting type set in SUMO, or it can be a one-off meeting typed in at the time of right there in the moment. Now, what we can do here first is look at our location options, and we will leave this as a video conference, which will automatically deploy the video conferencing tool of choice. And then with choosing that this initial consultation here, Christian's able to, that will automatically populate the duration, any pre or post buffer times that might be needed for the appointment, as well as offer options in how this appointment is offered to the customer. Now that this is set, and because the client meetings require 2 internal resources from different departments, Christian needs to quickly include someone from the other team. And rather than flip through multiple calendars to see who might be available, Christian's able to leverage a resource pool of all available resources from the other team and add them to the appointment, as you can see right here. And there's no need to choose a specific resource, as SUMO will do the heavy lifting and select a resource based on what appointment time is chosen by the customer. And modes such as round robin or load balancing can be used here to help choose which resource will attend the appointment when more than one might be available. Now that we have this set, Christian's able to do a couple different things in terms of how this appointment's offered. For this particular one, Christian wants to offer a very specific time range, about 2 weeks out, for the meeting with the client and the internal resource. For this, he's able to use custom mode, and then scroll down to our calendar here, and within this calendar, be able to choose a time frame that works best for meeting with the client, that will fall into the area of his calendar that he needs it to, is just by highlighting this area, while offering his client the ability to choose a time that works best for them within this time frame. So he knows when it'll fall onto his calendar within range, and the client still has options. Now, once this process is set, Christian can add a message if need be, attach a file, and then email the invite directly from Salesforce and SUMO to his client. And once received, the client will have a customized email with header, footer, customized information in between, and have a call to action to schedule the meeting with Christian and the resource of choice. And when doing so, the client will again see the single page scheduler, enabling them to schedule into the time frame that was offered by Christian and choose the time that works best to meet with both Christian and a member of the support role. And then, of course, can opt for SMS reminders as well as invite others. So great way to expedite this process for their team, which before took quite a long time. And lots of thumbing through different calendars of different folks on the support role team. So this was a big, big win. Now, another process that was stifling some of their progress and before was the ability to book a recurring quarterly, to book a recurring monthly client meeting as a touch point. As once the prospect with our FinServe organization becomes a client, they needed a better way to schedule the recurring client checkpoint meetings, as this was really highly manual before. Now it can be accomplished from any standard or custom object in SUMO and Salesforce in a matter of seconds, or from SUMO's multi-calendar, which you see here. And SUMO's multi-calendar is a highly customizable calendar in Salesforce, enabling a holistic overview of appointments booked by individual, team, territory, service type, and more. So what we're going to do now is show just how easy it is to book this recurring meeting session, monthly or recurring meeting session with the client. So Christian's able to either click up here to create his new appointment, or he can look at an opening in his calendar, click right into that, and start creating his appointment directly from the multi-calendar. So in doing so, we'll see the familiar instant booker. And what we'll be able to do is very quickly choose the appointment type. So this will be a periodic check-in with the client, as it'll be happening monthly. And this can be virtual, as we want to eliminate as much drive time for the client as possible, because 12 meetings in a year, that's a lot. And then going from there, by choosing periodic check-in, this automatically populates all the time options. And then Kristen's able to very quickly pull his client Ryan up from the participant list here directly from Salesforce. And just as a side note, SUMO also enables the ability to create a new lead contact or person account directly from this process as well, just to expedite processes further. Now, we'll get into the actual booking of the recurring meeting, which, as you can imagine, for 12 recurring meetings could take quite a while. But what Christian's able to do is very quickly click this toggle here and set his recurrence. And as we said, these are monthly meetings. They happen on the last Friday of every month. So it makes it very easy to set this cadence in just a matter of seconds. So we choose weekly. This will be an every 4-week meeting. It'll happen every Friday. And the start date will be tomorrow. Now, going from there, we know that we have 12 events coming up on the recurring meeting schedule here. And then Christian's able to choose the best time to meet based on his real-time availability via his connected Outlook calendar in SUMO. So while we know he's available at 8 a.m. today, it's important to know if he's going to be available at 8 a.m. going forward from here for all 12 months. And that's where SUMO's Generate Recurrent Schedule tool comes in handy. All that needs to be done is to click the Generate Recurrent Schedule tool, and then you have a very quick readout of exactly when Christian will be available going forward for these 12 months. And as you can see here, we have green lights across the board, which means Christian is actually available at 8 a.m. On the last Friday of every month going forward from here. But if he were not to be, and maybe available at a different time that day, he would receive a yellow light and be able to choose a time based on his real-time availability when he would be available to meet. And this makes it super easy to define this recurring cadence in a matter of seconds, and while adding a message if needed, attaching a file, and then booking the appointment very quickly and easily. Our appointment's now booked and viewable to leadership, other departments, and staff members, providing insight into this and all upcoming appointments. And finally, let's take a moment to address increased data transparency and oversight, which is a critical goal to achieve for our client. All right. So during today's session, we focused on streamlining both inbound and outbound customer engagement natively in Salesforce. With Salesforce as the hub of these activities, these appointment-driven data points can be leveraged to provide valuable insights for sales planning via custom reports and dashboards. For example, our first dashboard around booked appointments by organizer and type provides visibility into individual sales metrics by rep. How many appointments are being booked by each? How far does each rep progress in their sales cycle on average? Where are the gaps to coach to and the wins to celebrate? The appointment trend by type is invaluable in assessing which meeting or product types are seeing an upward trend and can take seasonality into account for future staffing needs. And appointment segmentation provides an excellent aggregation of appointments by stage in the sales cycle, or even appointments by product to ensure admins and leadership have a holistic view of what's currently resonating with their customer base most effectively. And let's not forget custom reports and dashboards can be easily created to track important KPIs not listed here. The bottom line is that visibility to past and current performance is the key to effective growth planning and is a tool that should always be leveraged by each organization. I truly hope you enjoyed the journey through our FinServe organization's digital transformation today and how SUMO was able to successfully address their goals for customer engagement. This is not a one-off scenario, as we help clients in the FinServe world to streamline their engagement practices every day. We'd love to partner with you and determine how SUMO can turbocharge your vision for customer engagement.